small little incentives, little nudges and a great customer experience.
Welcome to Engagement Experts. This is 5 Minutes with Emma Baines, Global Director of Creative Services at HelloFresh.
So, Emma, what was the most impactful creative you have ever experienced in an ad? Doesn't have to be yours, just any ad.
Oh, wow. I would say it was one of ours. I'm going to go with one of ours. Um, it would be rude not to. For me, it was 2020. I just come into HelloFresh and we created a TBC that was fully about the process. It was very, as my mom said, does what it says on the tin. Um, but it was a very process driven, very clear message, very specific, and it outperformed everything we've ever done on a global level. So that for me was a real highlight and something that really kind of was really a great moment to see that performance come in.
When the best creative you've ever seen is on your own ad. I mean, wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's awesome. Of course, we love all our children. Some don't perform so well, but what was the most difficult part of HelloFresh almost doubling in size in a year?
The most difficult part, what I think was, well, to begin with, it was like a little bit like herding cats in terms of because we were all working from home, managing the team actually of creatives who usually are in and around each other, speaking, talking through ideas, and suddenly you're behind a screen and actually creating on your own. And I think that was missing that connection was really, really difficult. Um, and across all of our types of work that we do, actually imagine kind of creating a TVC from behind your screen. Really, it was one of our troubles, one of our challenges, I should say. But essentially, we got quicker, we got better. We tested and optimized. I think having a steering committee was really useful and understanding what was going on in what country and how we could adapt our creatives and where we needed to produce creatives for. That was particularly interesting and a big learning curve because obviously some of our markets were over capacity. So we actually had to switch. We had to switch all of our marketing off in about 3 or 4 markets
Wow.
and actually focus on others. So that was one of our biggest learnings, I would say. So we went from kind of creating creatives that would be in all markets to kind of really, okay, where's the demand steering? Where do we really need some creatives? Where do we need to upweight things? What do we need to create for? And that was a big challenge and learning for us as well.
Great segue, because my next question, Emma, is how do you know when you've got the creative just right?
It's a feeling. I'll tell you that. Um, when it's just right, it just works and it just flows. And I think we all had this actually at the beginning of this year with an explainer piece that we did on YouTube, actually. Um, we had just got, it was a mixture of everything, all the levers that we needed, everything, every part of the puzzle just fell into place. We had some like great messaging. The creative idea was amazing. The execution, which is so important because you can have a great strategy, you can have great creative, and you can have great messaging. But if the execution of that isn't wonderful, then nah, not good. And it was just everything worked together and came together. That's not to say it wasn't without its challenges. Um, you know, putting on a shoot remotely when they're working in London and we're in Berlin. But it was just a feeling, and interestingly, it also I knew it would perform. We knew as a team it would perform, and it did. So we're really really happy with that.
Another great segue. I don't know how this is happening. What is the hardcore bottom line business impact of amazing creative?
It's that bottom line, like it's the making of the money. Um, Yeah, it's absolutely that. It's the profit margins. If we can get people in, this is what is really important. This is why we do what we do. It's to make sure of that. And yes, there are, as I said, I keep talking about levers, and there's lots of other things that will impact that as well. But the bottom line is making sure that we get that return on investment from a consumer side, but also that we and I heard this that we change the way people eat. And I think that's what everything comes down to, that we try and do at the bottom, at the core of everything that we want to do is make sure that we are having a really positive impact on our consumer.
So a really positive impact on the consumer's experience. I want to switch it over to a mobile app experience. What's the best mobile app experience you remember? So you have experienced yourself. And you can be
Oh,
HelloFresh again if you really wanted to be.
oh no, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it up. We've done a lot of talking about HelloFresh. I, yeah, one of the best mobile apps experiences that I have, I think, is when, well, the one that I love, just from a design point of view and from a UX point of view, and for everything that it does, is the Headspace app. I think it's incredible. I think the way the content is created for the app is out of this world. It's so smart. It's so user friendly, and it really embodies everything that the brand is about. And I think that is right, really, really important. And I love they have these little nudges that remind you as well. I love that from an app that they remind you, have you done your meditation today? And I'm like, no, I haven't, but I really need it. Um, and it seems to kind of like, I don't know if it can read my mind, but it comes at the right moment. And just everything about this app is beautiful. It's simple. I mean, the app design itself, it's just a round, it's an orange circle, and yet it's so synonymous with the brand. I just think it's so clever. I could talk all day about this, but I think it's an incredible app, and I should get commission. But no, it's brilliant. Everything about it,
That
it's up
is
there.
that is so interesting because I typically associate push notifications with stress. And you're getting a push
Uh,
notification to go and
you know,
check.
it's so weird, but I need that as someone. I was telling a colleague the other day, I was like, I'm not into meditation. I'm not really into that, and he said to me, maybe you should try it. And I just thought, yeah, okay, that's not a bad idea. And so we have Headspace actually there. We have a partnership, not a partnership, sorry, but as part of our kind of benefits and company benefits, HelloFresh provide us with a subscription to it as part of our package, which I think is amazing. Um, and it's incredible. And it's interesting, like you said, actually about the nudge notifications. I got one. I don't know how I signed up for it. I signed up for one on some kind of cosmology, something about the stars or something. And I got this nudge and it was like, you need to say sorry today. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. It was something to do with my star sign or something on a daily basis. Like, how have I done this? And this nudge notification just came with like, you need to apologize today. And I was like, wow, that's stressful. And I've since managed to delete that. But I think the way Headspace does it is just perfect. It's like, actually, this is your reminder to take some time out for you, do that. And I love that. So yeah,
Love it. Love it. Love it. What is your top tip for boosting mobile user retention?
mobile user attention. I think it's all about the user experience. I will always come back to that every time. I think I downloaded an app the other day. It was a dating app, actually. It was a new dating app in the UK called Thursday. And I didn't download it in the end. I was really interested in it because it's a really interesting idea. And I was downloading it and I was just thinking, I can't do this. Like that I couldn't put in my phone number. It wouldn't connect. And I was like, this is really stressful. This is a barrier for me. And if this was easy, I would have downloaded this by now. Anyway, I managed to download it on my other phone, thinking now I'm really intrigued as to how the rest of this is going to work. And the whole thing was just like, I don't understand this. And I think it's that age old question. I think if just getting me over the line is one thing and signed up, which didn't really happen. But I think it's to keep me there. It's got to be easy for me to use, and also there's got to be an incentive. And I think there is a gym in the UK as well that I joined when I was living in the UK a few years ago, and I think incentives really important. And every now and then, if I'd been to this particular class for however many times, it wasn't clear to me how many, but they would just give me a free class. And I was like, just through the app, because I was an app user, I was like, this is amazing. It wasn't a specific amount either. It wasn't like do 10 and get one class. It just every now and then, it was just a free class through the app. And I was like, amazing. I'm keeping this app. I still have it actually. And I don't live in the UK anymore. So, um, but small little incentives, little nudges, and a great customer experience is really important.
I have to say, Emma, you've given me now a new slogan. Should we say serendipity sells?
I love it. Yes, I'm all for that. Amazing.
Awesome, Emma. Great to have you here. This has been Engagement Experts, 5 minutes with the best marketers on the planet and the most entertaining at times, brought to you by CleverTap Engage.